Being a Somali immigrant in America right now feels heavy. I grew up in Minnetonka. What is Minnetonka, man? I need to go back to geography class because I don't know what that is. I'm a citizen. I'm not an ambassador. Okay, let's check her out.
From like a human space. This is something Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life.
Okay, and I'm assuming she gets that type of comments or messages, people telling her to go back to her own country because she makes content in her traditional wear, because I guess East African women do have a certain look, but I couldn't tell the difference between her and a regular Black American woman besides how she's dressed and how she speaks, how she moves, how she articulates herself. She sounds like an American to me.
And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me with this weight on our shoulders trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world.
Man, all my immigrants, my Caribbean people, my African people, if you are here in this country legally, let me tell you, you need to look at Black Americans. Black Americans, we are no longer getting upset at people being racist or people saying the N-word. At the majority of us, right? There's some of us that still get upset at those things. But nowadays, we mind our own business. And yes, there are groups of people that are obsessed with us and continuously point out all the bad behavior in the Black community. But for the most part, we just ignore it. We do what we want to do. This is America. This is our country as much as it's anybody else's country who's a citizen of this country. And at the end of the day, they can have their opinions. They can say what they want about our community. But if they ain't stepping to us, if they're not attacking us directly, we have chosen to ignore the BS because most of it is online. This is not in real life. I'm pretty sure she gets nothing but love in Minnetonka in real life. And I'm guessing it says Minnesota up here. So I'm guessing that's somewhere in Minnesota.
So I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings like everybody else. Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like...
Okay. So, this is the reality many of us carry quietly. Now, let me actually go to her page and kind of see some of the stuff she's talking about. Minnesota is one of the most racist states. Okay. See, she's engaging in that realm, right? Let's see what else.
Being first gen, low income, working full time, going to school full time, and
okay. Some like, you know what I'm saying, she's proud of her heritage, which is cool, and she's calling out things going on in America as far as being Black or being brown and all of that's good stuff, but you're engaging in it, so you got to expect the backlash from that. There are super patriotic racist people in this world, and all these people want to do is get online and tell everybody that they need to go back to a country that they weren't even born in, just because of how they look or their opinions and the things that they're talking about. And if the backlash from that is too much from you, don't just leave that realm alone. Just make content about being a doctor. That's what everybody else says. Watch me become a doctor. Do your thing. But you got to understand the racist part of this country is not going away. It's not going away. The people who are prejudiced, the people who think that this country should be only for white people, and they have a right to their opinion as long as they're not, like I said, attacking you, doing anything physical to you. You know what I'm saying? Might as well just keep it moving, bro. You might as well just keep it moving. Let's see what's on this side. Stop discouraging racists, don't belong in medicine. Yeah, everything seems to be around social relations in this country, right? So like I said, if you don't want backlash from it, if you don't want people talking to you, just don't put yourself in that realm. But if you do, understand that it's just you're gonna get that energy, because that's all these people do. And mind you, it's only online. I don't know what she actually deals with in Minnesota. Let's actually check this one out,
Minnesota is one of the most racist states in the entirety of the U.S. When it comes to high school graduation and educational attainment in Minnesota for Black high school students, Minnesota ranks the lowest out of all states. And this is coming from a state that ranks number 10 in education in general. But when we dive into that data, what does that look like for Black students? What does that look like for POC students, minority students? It ranks the absolute bottom. This is a trend that you get to see in so many different metrics. Like when you look at income disparities, Minnesota ranks.
I wonder how your parents come from Somalia and end up in Minnesota, because we all know, like, the middle America countries, you're going to see a lot of the most overt racism, and it's mostly because there aren't many Black people living in that part of the country. Like, you ever pull up the chart of where the highest populations of Black people in the country, it's mostly on the East Coast and in the South, and then in California a little bit. But it's mostly in the South, and you'll have a different experience of life living in the South. Not to say you should live and be wherever you want to in the world, right? You should be able to do that. But if you're around more white people, you can expect more racism, right?
Second, health equity, housing attainment. Minnesota is so low in all of these different areas for POCs, Black people, and minorities. I mean, you also get to see this in a lot of POC people's experiences when you speak with them, because there's this whole notion of Minnesota nice. But when you talk to them, a lot of people don't have that many nice experiences here. And it's really sad, because this is a lovely state. The state has so many different opportunities to grow. We have some of the biggest companies in the world here, like 3M, Medtronic, Boston Scientific, etc., etc. But there's something needs to give, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I'm excited to be a part of that work. I've done a few different health equity projects diving into epidemiology and stuff like that, and there's definitely a positive trend, especially from all the impacts that we had from COVID-19, but there's a long way to
go. Yeah, man. So as far as the original video, just about her being Somali in America and it feels heavy, I think anybody who's an immigrant, especially under our current administration, and just the climate of the world right now. The climate is, when you look at America, and mostly on the internet, like I will say, but you'll see some of this in real life as well now, as far as people just not being afraid to be who they truly are. And my thing is, I like it better nowadays, because if someone's racist, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna show it right to your face, and you can just move based off that, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a person that you don't want to even be in the same space as. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Yeah, man, shout out to all my Somali people.
I just wanna be great, just to be great, be great.